Coming up in a couple of weeks' time, and what we've done is we've taken the 8 top-seeded teams, and I've found one wine to represent each of those countries, because all the countries produce wine.
Ah, clever.
And we're going to pit them against each other. You guys are going to choose the winners, and each week for the next couple of weeks we're going to put forward the winners until we get to the final. A couple of weeks' time where we're going to decide the World Cup wine from the hour.
It's not wonderful that we get to decide, Stephen. You and I, wine connoisseurs,
that wine will get to lift this trophy.
We'll get to lift that very trophy. And you're quite right. I mean, you guys have been studying for months now. You've been in training. You've been in training.
Are we calling it studying and training?
For a year now, you've
For a
basically
year.
been telling us what to look for. So how are we going to mark this? What are we looking for?
OK, so each wine is going to have up to 10 points available from each of you.
OK.
So, in theory, a wine could score 20 out of 20 if you both loved it. And what we're going to do is we're going to pit the wines in pairs against each other, country pairs, and then you're going to just give them scores and see which ones are the winners in each category.
All right, who is up against who to start off with?
First match of the World Cup is England versus Spain. OK, so England versus Spain, and we've got 2 sparkling wines. And the first one, representing England, is the Chapel Down Vintage Reserve Sparkling Wine, $16.99 in Waitrose. So as well as how they taste and how much you like them, think about value for money as well.
OK, so the first one, $16.99, and it's English.
$16.99 in Waitrose. The Chapel Down Vintage Reserve. It's a sparkling wine made from lots of different grapes. Some of them, the champagne grapes, and some of them special grapes that ripen better in the English climate.
So where's this grown, Tom?
This is grown in Kent, actually. Tenterdown Vineyards in Kent. And there's actually a lot of wine getting produced in England now. So it's proper, grapes are grown in England, the wine's made in England, and it's the first representative.
We'll be the judge of that.
Cheers to you, Michelle
we'll be the judge
and
of that.
Stephen, and see what you think of it. Nice and fresh, quite lemony. I like that kind of wee hint of brioche in the nose, you know, that kind of buttery kind of quality.
I'll tell you what, I would never have guessed this was an English wine, would you, Michelle?
No, never.
It's good, isn't it? I mean, it's the same
very
kind of
good.
price as champagne, but from England, $16.99 in Waitrose, and that's team number 1.
All right, I think I'm ready. No cheating.
Okay,
Write
I'm
down your
liking
scores.
that.
No copying each other now.
I'm liking that. Okay.
Got to play by the rules.
Okay.
And the second wine is the Spanish Contender. So I've gone for something that's of a, you know, a basically similar style. This is a cava.
God love Kelly. What was this out her?
This is a cava. It's a sparkling rosé, as you'll see, cava from Codorniu. Now, it's a wee bit cheaper, this one, at $11.99, so you might want to take that into account.
Okay,
It's from
Spain versus England. Any
From
England
Majestic.
fans in tonight?
Any Spanish fans in?
It's going to be close. So have a
Okay.
go at this. Strawberries, raspberries. It's a lovely nose, really fruity.
Oh, way too sweet for me.
Too sweet.
Way too
So
sweet.
it's going to lose a couple of... Oh, well, maybe. Well, write down your scores for that one then, the Spanish Contender. And
I
once
wouldn't have that in my full-time bath, I'm afraid, Tom.
well, you
Never mind.
Oh dear, are we already talking about Stephen's full-time bath? Is it that time of night already? Let's move on.
That's not doing it for me, I'm
It's not
afraid.
bath time yet. Oh, well, that's not sounding too good for
Not
Spain.
bath time yet. Let's move on. OK,
Let's do the scores
Let's
for
do the
this.
scores.
So,
Stephen, can I know your score, please, for the English wine, the Chapel Down sparkling wine?
I can't believe I'm saying a big 8.
8 out of 10 for that, Michelle.
great minds think alike. I'm also saying
8
a
out
big
of 10,
8.
so 16 points for England, which is
Okay.
pretty good. And for Spain, Stephen,
It's a 1 for me.
Your tactical voting.
That was...
that, I think, a 9 for Michelle.
You
Michelle
are
liked
tactically
it.
voting.
You can have mine, Michelle.
Jardine, that is noted on me.
So what's the score there?
The score was 16 points for England and only 10 points for Spain. So the clear winner is England,
England
of
go
round
through.
one.
We're going to rush on
England go
then,
through.
Tom.
England are
Next
through.
match up, very quickly.
Next match up, we have got the Netherlands versus Argentina.
Right.
Now listen, I did find a wine from the Netherlands, but it's not on sale in this country. So you know the principle that David Beckham doesn't play his football in England, but he can still represent England.
Right.
Well, I've got a wine made by a Dutch winemaker, but he
Okay.
makes it in Portugal. So it's
gonna get
but it's
taste.
definitely Dutch. This
Right.
is the Nijport Drink Me 2008.
Drink Me, it's called.
It's called Drink Me.
Well, we do as
Nijport
we're
Drink Me
told, don't we?
2008, £9.98 in Rayburn Fine Wines in Edinburgh.
OK, I've given that a score already.
A lovely kind of coffee-ish flavour.
I can just get the lid off my pen. I may have 3 glasses down. Hold on.
Red plum
I can't get
cinnamon,
the lid off
lovely
my
wine.
pen. Dear, that's affecting
And
me
it's
now.
up against the Argentinian contender this time, which is the Achival Ferrer Malbec. So that's your
Okay.
second glass. This is a Malbec, Achival Ferrer
Slow down,
Malbec.
Michelle. Hang on a second. We
2008.
haven't heard what it is yet.
It's Argentine.
£13.99 from Corny and Barrow. So again, the second one's £4 more than the first one. Does that come into the equation? Write down your scores for each wine, and we'll see who wins between the Netherlands.
Okay.
Netherlands, represented by Portugal, and Argentina.
Right, I'm
So
sorted.
first up, for the Nijpoort Drink Me from the Netherlands, Stephen, you scored
I scored that a
7.
7. I liked it. You're not a
And
big red
Michelle?
wine fan, though, are you, Michelle?
I
You
still
scored
gave it a
7 too.
7.
Hey.
So 14 points is pretty good. The Netherlands are doing well.
Okay.
And the second wine up, the Argentinian wine.
The Malbec.
Oh, the Hand of God, 9
Going for
points.
9 on that one. I really like
And
that.
5 points. It's 14 also.
It's a draw. So,
Well,
Tom, you need to decide in the circumstances, except, you know what? A Dutch wine? I don't think so. Disqualify. I'm playing the
Oh,
referee.
referee!
Technicality, it's out.
I
It's
can't
out, I'm
believe
afraid.
it.
So, England go through.
No,
England go through from
England go
round
through.
1. Argentina go through from round 2.
It's England-Argentina.
And they'll be playing against each other possibly in a couple of weeks' time.
Okay, so we're
Hand
back
of
next
God.
week with more World Cup
Another 4
wines.
World Cup wines next week from South Africa and Italy and other people who are in the finals, and we'll see how it goes next week.
Excellent, Tom. Thank you very much indeed. Full
England,
details on
Argentina,
all our
well done,
wines
Tom.
are on the
Thank you very
website
much.
stb.tv/the hour.